everybody, welcome to my channel. So I am back with a video. A couple of weeks ago I ran some polls on Instagram and the results came back that people or you guys wanted to see me do more like natural hair videos, more videos on marriage and motherhood, so here I am. Anyways, this video is going to be about sex before marriage. The past few days this has been a hot topic on Instagram, so I just wanted to come out here and weigh in my views on sex before marriage and let you guys know what my thoughts are, what my beliefs are. So here we are. I am not here to judge anybody. I am simply here to give you guys my views on sex before marriage. So let's get started. Something that a lot of people don't know is that sex is such a beautiful thing when done the right way. And I believe that sex should be enjoyed with the right person, the person that God has assigned or the person that God created for you. Sex is something that where I come from, or growing up in an African home, it's a taboo to talk about. Like, you don't talk about these things. Your parents, your mothers, your sisters and so on, like, you do not talk about sex or whatsoever or anything close to that or anything related to it, because once you do, everyone's eyes open wide and start thinking or start pointing fingers. The topic of sex is a complete taboo. Now, to get started, I just want to put it out there that I do not support women or men having sex before marriage. Sex is something that creates soul ties, and it's something that when you sleep with multiple people before marriage, you're creating soul ties, and that is a connection that cannot be broken, or it's a connection that is not easily broken. Soul ties are something that, if not broken, you will carry with you to the next person you're intimate with, because you have all these connections running wild in every direction from the person or with the person that you were last with, and you're going to carry that soul tie, whether emotionally, whether sexually, or in other ways. You're going to carry that to the next person you're intimate with, or your husband, or whatsoever. Soul ties are something that if not broken, you will find it very hard. Like, you will struggle to move on freely with the person that God created for you to be with when that time comes, when the time is right for you to get married. So let me explain that a little bit more. Let me elaborate on what I mean by soul ties or connections. During sex, a hormone called oxytocin is released, and that allows for the woman to be deeply connected to the man. And then the man in return becomes very protective of the woman, and that is a tie, or that is a bond that is very hard to break. I believe that there is nothing wrong with abstaining from sex, waiting for the right person, or waiting to have sex or to do it with the right person, with your husband, and I also believe that there is nothing wrong with learning on the job, if you know what I mean, because I've heard so many people say that you need to have experience so that you'll know what to do when you're doing it with your husband, and so on and so forth. But I guess that's the beauty of marriage. You get to know each other, you get to grow together, and when it comes to sex, that should be a topic that you guys discuss as husband and wife, and you get to learn about each other. You get to learn about your likes and dislikes, you know, what your spouse likes, what they do not like, what you like, what you don't like. Sorry about that, that's my son, he's just playing in the background. With your spouse, you get to explore, like I said, knowing what your likes and dislikes are. You get to explore and come to an understanding or an agreement on how best to, you know, satisfy or pleasure each other. Biblically, when you get married, you are not your own. You know, your body becomes your husband, like I'm speaking personally, and also you know, you become devoted to that person, you become devoted to your spouse, you honor one another with love, with your body, with everything that is required to make a marriage work, including sex. Marriage was something that God instituted in the Garden of Eden, you know, at the creation, while he was creating man, and he created that as a union. That should be like, for it to be a union between a man and a woman. And I think you can read that from Genesis chapter 2 verses 18 to 24. The way in which the Bible talks about sex before marriage is that I guess it talks about it in the way of sexual or under sexual immorality. The Bible encourages complete abstinence. Like, you should not be sleeping before marriage whatsoever. And sex should be between a husband and his wife, and it is the only form of sexual relations of which God approves. So personally, I think apart from the religious point of view, the biblical point of view, I think sex before marriage should be avoided for obvious reasons, you know, like the risk of contracting STDs and STIs, the risk of contracting HIV and AIDS, and also, you know, pregnancy. I guess those are some of the obvious reasons for which one should avoid sex before marriage. And also, sex should not be something that defines a relationship or a marriage, because when that relationship or marriage becomes sexless, then you will find that things will begin to crumble. And when things begin to crumble, you'll discover that sex was the one thing that was masking a lot of your marital issues or your relationship issues. So sex should not define your marriage. It should be there to complement it, to make it stronger, to bring that stronger bond between you and your spouse. Marriage is way more than just sex. There are so many things to marriage, and I'm not saying that marriage should be sexless. No, sex is a very crucial part of marriage. It, you know, brings you together, it makes you stronger, it connects you deeper to your husband or your spouse. And what I'm trying to say is, sex should not be what keeps you guys together, what keeps you and your spouse together. And let me just put it out there that just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean that you too have to do it. Like, you be your own person, know your values, know who you are, you know, study yourself so that you have so much more to offer, or so much to offer when you get into that relationship or marriage with your spouse. Like I said, you may have done it before marriage, you may have had sex before marriage, but it is not too late to start from now, you know, start abstaining, because I believe that it's a sacrifice that you make so that when you get into that relationship or when you get into marriage, you'll be able to offer so much more. You'll be able to enjoy the pleasures of sex, because that's what it's meant to be enjoyed in the institution of marriage. I can go on and on, but I will stop right here. And if you guys have any comments, whether you agree or you disagree with me, just let me know in the comment section below. I did not come here to judge anybody. I just came here to, I guess, weigh in my views on the topic, because it's been a hot topic, like I mentioned before. It's been a hot topic going on among my friends on social media. So I just wanted to come out here and tell you guys what I think. Now I will be doing a lot more of such videos, and if you have any questions or if you have anything that you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comment section below, or send me an email or contact me via social media, and I will be happy. I will be super happy to I'll be super happy to answer your queries or do a video on that. Now for now, I will just head on. I'll get on with what I need to do, because I have this boy right here, and he's so active. He is so active. Anyways, I'll just I'll go and feed him right now because he needs me and spend time with him. And for now, please leave some comments down below, and also like this video, subscribe, and share it around if you think it's interesting. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.